So Kevin McCall is in the news right now for being on this podcast, crying over being on EBT and crying over not having any money, crying over not having any money, talking about Chris Brown. Oh, Chris Brown, you just made $90 million. You made $90 million on this Breezy Bowl tour. Why don't you throw me like 25,000 for the songs that I wrote for you or whatever the case may be? So he's doing this crying and stuff. Let me play the video. So y'all can see what's going on. Now, for those who don't know who Kevin McCall is, before I play this video, Kevin McCall is an infamous writer, R&B artist that never really popped out like that outside of Chris Brown. He wrote Deuces for Chris Brown. He wrote Strip for Chris Brown, some of the best Chris Brown songs I've heard. And then No BS. I just found out today that he wrote No BS. I didn't know he wrote that. And I think allegedly he wrote some other songs, but I know those three, which were big hits back in the day, he wrote those. But let's look at what Kevin McCall had to say about his situation and Chris Brown. All right, so I don't know which podcast this was, but shout out to this podcast. Fair Use, by the way, Fair Use. I'm going to just fast forward to when he started talking about being broke and being on EBT, Chris Brown, and all that other stuff. All right, Fair Use.
It's only 300, but watch this. A paternity, a petition for paternity. It's only 300, but watch this. I think it's a game, bro.
So look what he's doing.
No, this for when I poke. Don't walk up on me playing. Or you Team Breezy, keep that on the internet. Okay. My bad. I went too far.
All
right, music.
So look what he's about to pull out.
Being, you are one of the most talented individuals to ever grace the
He was talented.
We gonna get
is
to
talented.
that.
So
we gonna get to that.
Beer.
I love how you.
He's pulling some out of his pocket. Look what
we
he's
gonna
doing.
get to that. Well, we gonna
Why
get
the
the
You have a testimony.
Why the get in on this?
I witnessed it.
He finna be in here and
Why
tell
the
us
fuck
what's
got
going
an
on.
EBT card?
We
And
got
it's
it.
at
Hold on,
Breezy Bowl
cuz.
and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro?
This
I
is
just want to
great
leave,
content
bro.
leading up to who he is.
I'm not.
Okay, so he's talking about the songs that he wrote for Chris Brown, showing his EBT card, all that stuff, and he's like, "Can you give me some money, Breezy?"
Even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all want to see me crying here, so y'all can think I'm a bad. That's ain't fair, man.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
hey,
That's why.
Bro.
hey. Look, bro.
I'm down, bro.
I'm on EBT,
Calm
smack. Look.
He drooling. Look at him.
Hey, bro, that shit. I had to go up in that by my face with a mask, like COVID, bro.
Don't act like every had no motherfucking
All right. That's enough of all that. All right. So Kevin McCall is over here crying about being on EBT and Breezy and all this other stuff, right? So the question of the night is, should Chris Brown help Kevin McCall? Should Chris Brown reach out to Kevin McCall? Should he reach out to Kevin McCall, give him a few dollars, give him $20,000, whatever the case may be? Should we feel sorry for Kevin McCall? And should Chris Brown reach out and help Kevin McCall? My answer, hell no. No. Are we forgetting what happened between Kevin McCall and Chris Brown? Are we forgetting what happened? So they had a rift, they fell out, whatever the case may be. There's one thing that there's no coming back from. Okay. Now I know we're in the age of mental health, and I know we're in the age of, okay, I want to apologize, and I hope people sympathize with me. Mental health, I don't care what you're going through. You can't threaten myself, you can't threaten a man, and you can't threaten a man's daughter. Do you remember when Kevin McCall threatened Chris Brown's daughter? Do I need to refresh your memory? Let's look at this. Let's look at this article. Hold on. Let's go back. So they had a falling out, and this is back in 2018. Back in 2018, trying to share my screen, but this thing is going so slow. Goodness, why is it going so slow? But right here, if you can read it, it says Kevin McCall threatens to kill Chris Brown and his daughter. I just don't know why this thing is just going so slow. My internet is acting very janky right now. Let me see if it goes to this thing. My bad, y'all. My bad. Okay, hold on. Looks like it wants to work now. So Kevin McCall has more thoughts on his threatening statements about Chris Brown's daughter. The person who shoots me tries to do a hit on him and his baby for $500. All right, see that? I'm trying to go to this article, see if it pop up. But yeah, are we forgetting that he did that? Y'all can look it up because my internet is acting real janky right now, but I'm just gonna stop sharing with that. But yeah, back in 2018, when they were getting into it and he was talking about come catch the fade, get these hands, whatever the case may be, the man threatened Chris Brown's daughter. It's one thing if you threaten me, but if you threaten my children, my daughter, oh, it's up. It's up. How can you expect for someone to reach out to you and help you, if you threaten their children, their child? It's no coming back from that. And then what makes me irritated is that this is a grown ass man crying about another grown ass man. Man up. Who raised y'all? You supposed to man up. This is ridiculous. It's weak as hell for a grown man to cry over another grown man. When you are able-bodied person, you're supposed to be talented writer, you can write these songs or whatever. Go and write some other songs. And then while I'm not having sympathy for him, I'm looking at him like, bro, why didn't you handle your business straight? Did you try to get publishing? Did you try to get some royalties from the writing and all this other stuff? Maybe if you handled your business right, you wouldn't be in this situation. Yeah, Chris Brown went out and made $90 million on the Breezy Bowl tour. So what? Yeah, he performed some of the songs that you probably wrote for him. You worked out a business agreement with him and you fumbled the bag. You fumbled the bag. You fell out with him. Now, I'm not saying who was right and who was wrong with falling out, but when it comes to you threatening the man and his daughter, the lives of him and his daughter, you expect him to reach back out to you? And you doing this sovereign story, you over here drooling and stuff like that? Nah. And then just principle. Nobody owes you shit. Nobody in this world owes you nothing. Okay, you got to work for it, and you did work for it, and you were compensated. From my understanding, you had a deal with RCA due to Breezy. So why should he have to see this sobbing story and you paint this narrative that you broke and you on EBT? Give me the EBT card then. Because I saw that EBT card, he just threw it like it was a deck of cards or something like that. I'm like, hey, bro, there's some people out here who could use that EBT. That's free money. Give me the EBT, Kevin McCall. He over here talking about EBT. But, somebody of his stature that was in his position and now is on EBT, it's an embarrassing thing. But my thing is this: as a grown ass man, you're supposed to handle your situation. You over here talking about you got children. Do you think that your children, want to see you over here crying, practically begging another man for some money for songs that you written for him like 15 years ago? Songs that you wrote for him over a decade ago. You over here crying about it like as if he owes you. You were compensated for it and you fumbled the bag. You fell out with Chris Brown and acted like you could make another, like throwing out there, like making another Chris Brown or whatever the case may be. No grown man should be crying over no grown man. That's not man-like. Now I understand, people hit their lows, people have highs and lows, and people get to struggling. We've all been there before. Some of us are going through it right now, and I get that. When you need help, you need it, right? But what we also have to do is take accountability for our actions. We can't keep blaming mental health. We can't keep blaming I wasn't in my right state of mind or whatever the case may be. How about you realize that you messed up? You could have been on there and just said, I said some disparaging things about Breezy, all this other stuff. But listen, man, I'm crying for help. I'm struggling, whatever. But all this sobbing and crying over there, talking about some, man, you could give me 25,000 now, and then you getting giving a price for what you want, what you feel like, what you deserve it. So no, I don't think that Breezy should reach out to this man at all. He tried to help this person, but then when they go on a public platform, they make it look like he's the bad guy. So nah, I don't think he should. Now, if for the kindness of his heart, if he wants to, hey, go do your thing. But sobbing over another man and blaming another man for your position and all this other stuff, no. You're an able-bodied man just like him. Go out and get a job if it's like that. Okay. It's people out here who are not on EBT who actually have employment. You over here talking about you want to wear a ski mask going in there or a COVID mask or whatever the case may be, embarrassed to, you're embarrassed to get an EBT card. You're embarrassed to go to the food stamp office to get an EBT card, but you're not embarrassed to go on a podcast and cry over a grown man drooling and shit about getting some money, counting his pockets, him making 90 million on the tour. Maybe your ass will be on the tour if you handled your business and didn't burn your bridges. We have to take accountability, especially men. Men, we're supposed to be admirable. We're supposed to be stand-up men, stand-up guys. Women are supposed to look up to us. I'll be damned if my children or my woman sees me crying over another man. You know what I'm saying? Being in another man's pockets on a public platform like that. Now, if he truly did owe you something, take him to court. I get that aspect of it, but nah. You threaten me or my children, it is up. So I don't feel no type of way, I just think it's embarrassing and pitiful to see that. But if Breezy, and I saw Young Thug say something about it, saying that, I got 25,000 for you. Chris Brown got a good heart, whatever. Breezy, bypass that, But anyway, y'all let me know in the comments what you think about that. Should Chris Brown help Kevin McCall or should he not? But anyway, let's move on.